Today I'll be talking about folksonomy and its use in libraries. Here we see a tag cluster, a collection of representative words taken directly from the text of my annotated bibliography. Each tag represents an idea or element discussed in the paper, and the size of each word is directly related to how many times I've used it. So a user could look at this tag cluster or cloud and see exactly what my paper is about. The word itself is a portmanteau of folk and taxonomy. It is a bottom-up social classification, whereas the Library of Congress subject headings are top-down classification with a hierarchical scheme. There is no hierarchy in folksonomy. And the term itself, folksonomy, helps add meaning to information. Tag is the most basic unit in a folksonomy, and it is a keyword or term assigned to a piece of information. These tags describe an item and make it easy for users to find again. So a folksonomy is an informal classification scheme composed of tags. People tag for different reasons, one of which is personal organization. People like to bookmark their media so they can find it again. People tag for classification, so that is to help others find and organize information, which is an altruistic motivation. Another reason people tag is for fun. Some users tag for amusement, and an example of that coming up next. Tagging motivations are important to researchers studying information-seeking behavior. Of these four motivations, really factual tagging is the only one that's useful across all situations and platforms, and this would be the goal of a library-driven folksonomy. Most users tag for personal reasons, but it's only the factual descriptions that we'll truly want to apply to the library setting. So of course there are some issues with folksonomy. Studies show that the most widespread textual issues with tagging are non-alphabetic characters, acronyms, and abbreviations. When novice users make an error applying a tag, the intent behind it can't be determined by the system. There is less consistency among novice users as opposed to expert taggers, i.e. cataloging librarians. Disambiguation is a problem. If you were to use the word lemon, there's no way to tell whether you're talking about the fruit or a beat-up car. Controlled vocabulary, like Library of Congress subject headings, have their issues as well, one of which is outdated terms. Cookery and motion pictures are two subject headings currently being used, which are not ideal for what the modern person would refer to those today. Controlled vocabularies are less diverse. Librarians are a more homogeneous group than the public at large, and those making Library of Congress subject headings are even more so. This creates cultural, political, and socioeconomic issues. And with the rapid pace of Web 2.0, traditional classification systems simply can't keep up. Here are a couple of websites that make use of folksonomy. Site You Like is a social academic reference source. Library Thing is an online social library catalog with over 60 million entries. Shelfari is Amazon's version of Library Thing. Zotero is similar to Site You Like. There's Delicious for social bookmarking. We've got Flickr, of course, for pictures, and Last.fm, which is the same concept and is for music. So here's an example of cloud tagging from Last.fm. Folksonomies can be used to describe any kind of digital item, record, or file in a non-hierarchical way. This is a list versus cloud tag structure from my blog. It's the same group of tags ordered as a list and as a cloud. And as you can see, the cloud view makes it easier to see which are the most often used tags, although the spacing is pretty messy. These are the kind of considerations libraries will make when introducing a folksonomy system. It's important to make it as usable as possible, and patrons will be guides as to what works best. I think the best way to integrate tagging into the OPAC system is to add it as supplemental indexing. Academic studies used only college students, however, in a lot of the studies that I cited in my bibliography. And many of those were also master's and PhD students. And from a public library's perspective, tagging behavior among other groups really needs to be studied before trying to make those academic findings relevant to public library catalogs. So on the side of the screen here is a screen capture from UNCG's catalog. It's a book on metadata. And as you can see, the tag area and the review area are blank. And this is indicative of all of the catalog items that I have seen in the UNCG collection. So not only do we need to figure out how to integrate folksonomy, but also how to make people use it.